Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Town of Cedar Lake Plan Commission public meeting of December 17, 2025. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Here.
Mr. Parker?
Here.
Mr. Carnahan?
Here.
Mr. Swick?
Here.
Mr. Hunley?
Here.
Mr. Wolkeney?
Here.
Mr. Kapora?
Present.
Mr. Sherry?
Here.
Mr. Austin?
Present.
Mr. Eldridge?
Present.
Mr. Kubiak?
Here.
Ms. Hyduk is present.
Okay, first order of business is we need to make an appointment to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
I nominate Pete Swick.
Pardon me?
I nominate Pete Swick.
I'll second that.
Apparently he doesn't want to get back on.
That didn't take long.
That happened to me about 20 years ago.
I'll talk to you afterwards, Tim.
I wasn't even done.
But they kept putting you in the middle.
Do we have any other nominations?
Just as additional.
Pete, you accept?
I accept.
All right, roll call, please.
Who seconded the motion? Jerry did? I didn't get that.
I didn't either.
You were too busy laughing.
Can I make this, can I ask a question right quick?
Sure.
Pete, if you're gonna go to the Board of Zoning Appeals, and I don't have a problem with that, just make sure that you understand what the findings of fact and a hardship are. And, because there's been a lot of stuff that's happening over there that doesn't really meet the criteria. So that needs to be
Legal criteria.
legal criteria. If you have questions, you can ask Mr. Austin.
Will do.
I gave, Mr. Swick a findings and facts that were distributed to us earlier this year.
Okay.
And I gave him four on the, use variance and, developmental variance, so that he can go over them and kinda get familiar. And I just asked Cheryl to get him a, ordinance book, cause he doesn't have one,
Perfect.
okay? So,
Thank you.
yeah, so, and if he's got any questions, he can, like I say, call whoever, me or whoever, whatever.
Will do. Thank you.
Okay, no further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Do I vote?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Mr. Wolkeney?
Yes.
Mr. Kapora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Welcome aboard to the VGA.
Thank you.
Number two, we need to appoint to the unsafe building. The current, appointee is Mr. Hunley, and, I'll accept any nominations for.
I'll nominate Mr. Parker for the unsafe building.
I'll second it. Do we have any other motions, or nominations? Nope, seeing none. Have a motion by Mr. Wilkenine and seconded by Mr. Becker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkeney?
Yes.
Mr. Kapora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Welcome aboard, Greg, to the unsafe. All right, minutes, August 20th, 2025, public meeting, September 3rd, 2025, work session.
Jim just asked me a question, does that have to be a party affiliation?
No.
No? Okay,
Okay?
okay.
Here again, minutes, August 20th, 2025, public meeting, September 3rd, 2025, work session. These minutes have been distributed. If there's no correction to them, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Becker,
I'll second it.
seconded by Mr. Swick. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wolkeney?
Yes.
Mr. Kapora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Okay, we're going to move the, agenda a little bit. We're gonna take, which is actually new business, and we're gonna place down into the old business. But number 3, RHB Properties LLC, site plan waiver, petitioner Visslaw, 12632 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Owner RHB Properties LLC, 13418 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake. Vicinity of 13418 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is requesting site plan waiver for business occupancy. Do we have legals on these or no?
You don't.
No, okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Nathan Viss on behalf of RHB Properties, 12632 Wicker Avenue. Here before you this evening seeking a site plan waiver. My understanding is your interpretation of Chapter 17 of our code requires this for new businesses in town. My client purchased this property in May of 2002. It was about 3 or 4 months after the prior owner went through kind of a site plan revision, a complete rezone, and a 1 or 2 lot modification there, just bringing everything underneath the B3 umbrella. Since that time, my client has been leasing out the residential structure that's on the property. In back, there's 2 commercial buildings, and those have been leased out to 3 businesses for general storage. There's an HVAC, an asphalt, and a concrete business in back. Fast forward to, I think, about July, August, I got a letter from Mr. Conley inquiring about the status of this property. There was a complaint that was raised about a semi in the driveway. That was quickly rectified. The tenant was ordered that they can't park it there. And then at that point, there was a request to come before the BZA for a variance to allow the residential structure there. We appeared, I think, last week on that. And there was also a request to come before you on the site plan review as that B3 zone is being used for B3 purposes. So for that reason, I am before you this evening.
I got a question.
Okay.
Tim, do we have a site plan for this at all in the past? Isn't Chapter 17 like for like business? I don't recall anything like this.
Your site plan is what you're looking at, the aerial view of, this is an existing, this has been used as an existing building previously, so.
But that was only for one business, right?
At this point in time.
For a cabinet
This
shop.
was for a cabinet shop and a residential house, yes.
So what's gonna be different now, right?
Yeah, it's just the fact that there's businesses operating on the inside of the existing structures there. No alterations to the outside, modifications, expansions of site plan, nothing. It's use of the existing buildings that are there.
There's been no alterations. There was an alteration today.
I wasn't there, so I'm not sure what you mean by that. I know that they were cleaning for my request, that they
Well,
cleaned up the exterior.
There's still outdoor storage, and there was a giant pile of stone that in the last 24 hours has found its way not to be a pile.
So, parking
So-
area's been added to with not B3 like asphalt or concrete, which is required.
I have a, Mr. Viss, the waiver of a site plan would be waiving all required subdivision and/or improvements to a B3 property, correct? Is that that's what this waiver is for? A
Well-
waiver of a site plan is not just a documentation, it's the waiver of any and all requirements to bring this into compliance.
Respectfully, what Chapter 17 indicates is that if you're going to make an alteration or addition to the structures or a modification to the footprint of the buildings, that requires an amendment to the site plan. How it's now been interpreted here, from what I understand, is that any time a business comes into town, if they're a new business, even if it's an existing structure in a strip mall, you require them to come before you to talk about a site plan waiver.
Well,
So-
actually, it's to talk about a site plan, not a site plan waiver typically.
Well, and I guess that's what I've been told for the application. So what we've gotten, what I understood is existing buildings haven't modified the building footprint, so to speak. We're using it for B3 purposes. I understand there's a question about outside storage, and I can certainly bring that back if that's part of the request this evening. But I guess I'm not asking for a waiver of anything. It's for you guys to look at it and say, are you making any requests for the use of the property, which has traditionally been Zone B3 use, and that's what it's continuing to be used for. And my understanding is in past applications, so long as it's a continuation, that you're not gonna then, after the fact, then request them to put in an asphalt driveway or put in an asphalt or concrete parking lot. This is a pre-existing use.
Yeah, but they are using it for multiple businesses.
Yeah, you said 3 businesses, it was 1 business before.
Mm-hmm.
It needs a site plan and an approval for those 3 businesses.
And again, respectfully, my understanding is if a property is zone B3, there's no restriction on how many businesses can operate on it. I'm unaware of that section of the code. I've raised this
Is that in our code or out of our code?
No, that, the new zoning ordinance allows multiple businesses in a single building, that's.
They still have to be approved though, correct?
Yes.
Every business has to be approved, correct?
Well, have these businesses been approved, these 3 businesses?
No, that's why he's here, I mean, they were
Well, he's not asking for approval, he's asking for a site plan waiver.
to use it for these businesses, correct?
No, a site
Because
plan.
the building is existing.
It's not multiple businesses, this is a site plan waiver.
Is this something we should be discussing in a workshop instead of a public meeting? A work study?
This is a B3 property, new B3 property, not new, newly zoned B3 property.
Well,
Tim, when was the red tag put on there regarding the, complaint.
6/26/24.
okay, so a year ago plus June of '24. And they took the sign down, because it was, what did it have on the sign?
Yeah, seal.
Seal coating? So they took the sign down, and I'm assuming that if he didn't know what he had to do when he originally bought the building, he certainly knew what he had to do after he got the
Right,
warning.
I don't know when you started talking to Mr. Conley or came in, I know it's been under discussion for quite a while.
Yeah, it has been for a long
But I
time,
don't know-
and because
I
of
don't know the date.
because of the fluctuation of people, staff have been given a lot of leeway in negotiating. Ben's done some negotiating, rounding up some things. And Mr. Conley, also was doing this. Mr. Conley had told me, that this was somehow, he was thinking it was existing non-conforming. So I don't know who painted that picture, but, I mean,
that was my understanding, this is a pre-existing non-conforming use.
this is all brand new B3.
Well,
The driving through I guess my point is, the property's not being used in compliance and hasn't been for a year and a half. And now we're looking for a waiver. I mean, we got eyewitness accounts of outdoor storage, we got eyewitness accounts of driving through the grass, which was definitely in DBG's documentation.
Yeah, no B3 use would have an exit into a residential zone.
I remember that.
No, I agree, and that's found in your 2021 minutes, and I've communicated that on to my guy, and the tenant that was doing that got an eviction notice 2 days ago, so,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we got residential on 2 sides, so there has to be some kind of screening. And that should all been started a long time ago. But I know what you're after, but 0 improvements to that property, just to me, doesn't seem like a good idea.
So I guess a couple of questions that I have. Number one, so that we're all talking the same language, the red tag that was applied in 2024, what was that for? Because I'm unaware of that.
It was for the Seal It Up LLC.
For having a sign out front?
Business in there with no occupancy.
Okay, so that was rectified. So then two, when it came to my attention in July, the question of what I was told is it needs a site plan waiver. And that and I'm sharing with you what I was told, that this is akin to another application that was before you for someone that's doing auto body shop work nearby. So at that,
It would be akin to that, but he came in and got an approval.
and that's what I'm coming here for. So then I came back and forth
He
with Mr.
presented a site plan and got a site plan approval
Mhm.
and got an approval. It was B3 zoning.
Right.
He still came in and got an approval.
Right. So that's why I came back to Mr. Conley at that point. I sent a letter in September and said, it's my understanding you want me to come in for site plan review and waiver, that's the words you just told me, as well as there might be a request for some separation. So here's the letter that I sent him at that point suggesting that's what we're willing to do.
Well, why aren't we doing that?
This,
Well, and again, I talked to Jerry a bit about this before, but at the end of the day, I mean, he's coming in here to get some direction and see what you guys are looking for, and, if it's not necessarily a site plan waiver, what does he need to come back with here to the work session and move in the right direction?
What kind of parking do you have Is it asphalt or is it just gravel?
It's all pre-existing gravel is what's there.
And then ADA, what about the ADA? Do we have ADA parking spots there? How many parking spots do we have if you're gonna have multiple businesses? We have to make sure you have enough parking spots for that.
Yeah, so what this is being used for is storage for the businesses, clients, customers aren't traveling there too. There's not a whole lot of spaces in town for small mom and pop operations. This fits the bill for a guy that needs to store 30 HVAC units while he's working in and out of subdivisions. It's either that or you're paying dollars they can't afford and elsewhere. So that's...
I love the idea of this all being here, but,
Mhm.
but waiving, I mean, the only thing that pops into my head immediately for any kind of waiver consideration might be stormwater, and that doesn't mean I'm including blacktopping in there either.
Mhm.
I mean, you know,
And that's-
and that's gonna be up to Luke.
What I'm grappling with is this is an existing Zone B3 with existing buildings, and I'm not asking to modify the buildings whatsoever. And what I communicated with Mr. Conley back in September 18, is to say when we come in for the site plan review, and maybe I shouldn't call it site plan waiver, let me just say site plan review. I said, it's my understanding that even though this is pre-existing B3 use, here's what we'd be willing to do, recognizing some of the concerns of the neighbors, and that's why I've got that second page there. So the orange, my client would be willing to put in a fence there. That would offer a blockade from the residential area and back. My client also owns the residential house on the corner, but because our code calls for separation with residential, he'd be willing to put in arborvitaes there, 50%, 4 or 6 foot, whatever you express to me you want to create that separation. And then along 135th Place, half of that is covered with some really nicely manicured pine trees.
He owns the house that's outlined in blue.
Yes, he does. Yep, he does. So that's what I had suggested to Mr. Conley back in September, to say, when we come in for site plan, I think it's pre-existing, so we don't need it. Maybe the plan commission does, but this is what we'd be willing to do to meet the standards that you've enunciated.
I think this should go to work session instead of public meeting, so we can discuss all this.
Yeah, I would agree with Chuck, and we need something on drawings, you know, parking, things like that, because if there's a violation there, Tim or whoever goes out there, there's nothing to reference. I mean, I think it's great the guy's got a couple things going on there, but leaving this property totally as is doesn't seem right. I mean, and again, this is drug out for quite a while, so there's been a fair amount of leniency with it, along with one or two other
At
things.
the very least, so it doesn't become a problem for the residential neighbors, we need some stipulations that can be enforced and agreed to, because it is different than what happened there when Jerry Stenger lived there and operated his cabin business.
Sure, no, I can appreciate that. And I guess, let me know what you want me to come back with. So, I've got this before you in terms of the proposed fencing, proposed screening between this property and the corner piece, which is residential. There's been a reference to understanding the amount of parking spaces.
How these businesses are separated in the building, even if it's just a drawing, how they're separated and who's got what and who loads where and who unloads where, and
And
of
then,
course, there's no semi-parking anywhere in town.
Accurate.
It's been that way. Although I don't always agree with that part of the zoning ordinance, it's in there and it has to be enforced.
Some kind of arborvitae's off 135th continued all the way around, because, as everyone knows in here, they've been using 135th.
Yeah.
This way prevents them from going in there.
they own the residential lot to the west also, right, Mr. Biss?
Yes, that is
Yeah,
correct.
they own
That's,
that.
And that's not included in the B3 zoning, so that would have to be accepted out of the site.
Correct.
correct, and that's why I put the proposed fencing there, because then it's adjacent to the residential area. Yep.
Luke, is this something you could look this property over on site, kind of look it over and see where the engineering may or may not be softened a little bit? I mean, because it's blacktop, it's lighting, it's stormwater, it's everything that's in chapter 9 and 17. I mean, having some kind of real assessment. I mean, Tim, I don't want to give Tim more stuff to do.
No, yeah, 100%. You know, all of those things obviously are important here, because they're probably know, this has been here so long that,
About 80 years.
yeah.
Mhm. Arborvitae's along 135th place, separation there, written commitments as to
Well,
egress.
whatever our requirements are for screening.
Okay.
I mean, we've been through the arborvitae discussion too many times, haven't we?
I like arborvitae's.
I do too.
I'm gonna go back to landscaping.
Especially when they're tall. Landscaping would be easier than what you're doing now, wouldn't it?
Some days, that's
Some days.
correct.
And then Chuck said, we need a layout of parking.
Yep, I got that.
Is there 3 doors for each one of these businesses, or are they gonna walk in and share everything?
Yeah, no, I actually drove there today to kick the tires, and there is 3 separate entrances. Yep.
The building to the south
So the
is
building's
just,
divided into 3 separate entrances?
I didn't go, yeah, there are 3 separate entrances, but I didn't go inside. But there are various entryway doors, both overhead and physical man
the
doors.
south building was more of a garage once upon a time. The south end of the big building was a big space, doors, man doors, overhead doors, and then that went into a sliding door arrangement into the north part of the building.
Okay.
So how it's broken up now, like Greg said, we don't know.
Yeah, there's various entryways, but I haven't gone inside. Yeah, I just drove around.
I mean, that has to be all separated, wouldn't it, Tim? You have separate businesses, you'd have to have some,
Depending on the uses, like right now, it's just kind of more warehousing kind of use than
Yeah.
it is
have you been in the building?
businesses, no.
Okay.
Not since, I mean, not.
For a long time?
Yes. So, yeah, it all depends on the use. I mean, that's, right now, it seems like it's kind of more or less, not really a workshop or a business, it's just a place where they're keeping their truck. and-
So it seems like a depot. Yeah,
It's-
swing and get your stuff and go. I get it.
You've
I
also
get
done
it.
the
No
garage.
clientele or.
Right,
no-
but we have our B3 outdoor storage stuff is always blacktopped. So, I mean, I don't know that when it hasn't been.
And it's all leased right now?
It is, yes. Yep.
Except for the guy that got kicked out 2 days ago.
So you're gonna want the gravel and blacktop? Is that what we're saying?
I think Luke needs to look at this.
Are you asking for any outdoor storage or no? Because I guess there's been, from what I hear, there's been some outdoor
There's
storage.
been a lot of outdoor storage.
There has been, I will talk to my client, and if he is, then my understanding is any outdoor storage would require blacktop or a hard surface, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
approval.
Yep, okay.
What was the gravel dumped there for today?
There was a pile there for the last several days, and in the
It's
last
spread out.
24 hours, now it's spread out to the west and to the south.
Okay.
So now there's more outdoor parking.
Okay.
So, my understanding is that they have everything, the stuff outside is cleaned up.
It's a good base on there.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay.
You know, you gotta take a lot of dirt out for a good base. So,
Okay, I will
I
get,
mean, I get what he wants to do, but we gotta get this dialed in.
no, and again, I'm trying to understand when you have pre-existing and then you're not modifying the footprint, I'm just trying to understand what the ask is and the framework that gives you the ability to make that ask. That's what I'm grappling with when it's
Well, any
existing.
outdoor storage, Nathan, has to be approved. That's what put this on the radar,
Mhm.
is all that stuff piled up over there. Never,
Yep.
I mean, this place was never approved for outdoor storage,
Okay.
accumulation.
And I know a bunch just got removed per my request from talking with Mr. Kubiak, and that was relayed on a significant amount, did get just removed, so,
The expensive stuff's still outside though.
okay.
So do we need a motion to defer this till the 21st
Yes.
of January?
Well, you wanted to come to a work
I
session.
want them to come to work session,
So
correct.
that's not the 23rd.
Well, no, 21st is the next time we'd be able to vote on anything.
Vote, but
Okay,
we're gonna have to defer to a work session,
okay.
and then go back,
Okay.
right?
And hopefully we
Correct.
can hammer it out in a work session, and then it'll be ready for the next public meeting.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
And Luke, I'd like a report from you. Not particularly itemized, but I think, you know, where we're at and how many unimprovements, there could be, you know.
The whole list, yep.
I can coordinate a meeting with you on site if you want, Luke, so. All right, I'll get together on that presentation and have it ready for January work session.
We gotta make a motion?
January 7th?
January 7th.
January 7th?
Yep.
7th.
I'll need a motion to defer this to January 7th.
I'll make that motion, defer it to January 7th.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Becker to defer to January 2nd? 2nd or 7th?
7th.
7th. And seconded by Mr. Parker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Cortoro?
Yes, motion carries, 7-0.
Thank you.
Okay.
1-7.
Good job, guys. Let's go to old business number 1, Quick Run Gas Station, Lakeview Business Park, Lot 1.5, preliminary, plat approval, petitioner DBG Team 1155, Trout Wine Road, Crown Point, Indiana, owner Samir Mahani, 9028 Parkside Lane, St. John, Indiana, vicinity of 13795 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana, and 13775 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is requesting a preliminary plat approval.
Good evening. I'm Max Rajeski with DVG Team, representing Shamir Manhani and CLBD South LLC. My coworker James was here last month, and it was discussed at preceding work sessions and meetings that Mr. Manhani intends to purchase 1 1/2 lots in the Lakeview Business Park subdivision. That development has been presented to you recently. Those plans have received preliminary review by your engineer. Those comments will be returned to him shortly, all addressed. However, in order to approve that development, the lot Mr. Manhani intends to purchase must first be created. That is the plat of re-subdivision we are requesting approval for tonight. To put it simply, it takes where lots 1, 2, and 3 of the PUD and consolidates them into 2 lots, each of essentially identical size, of which lot 1 will contain Mr. Manhani's quick run development. The changes resulting from this plat were determined to be a minor change at the November meeting, which allows us to be heard tonight. CLBD South LLC has been in constant contact with DVG staff and Mr. Manhani. All actions to date have been done with their permission. Tonight's hearing has been fully advertised for, proofs of which have been provided to town staff. I can also very confidently state that none of the site engineering comments received will affect the information contained within the plat. With that, I'll be happy to answer any questions, and otherwise would request this primary plat approved.
Luke, do you have any comments?
Not really. He covered it pretty well. I had a couple typos noted on the plat, which they fixed. They have the engineering comments, which really isn't until next month anyway, but they're all fairly minor, so this one's in good shape.
Tim, do you have anything?
No, but this is a public hearing, so you need legal review and public comment, so for this preliminary plat. Cheryl didn't put it on there, but we need to do that.
No, it's true, it's this
Do we,
primary plat.
our legals in order?
I do not have the legals.
We have an affidavit of publication in our packet. Well, you probably need to see that. Ken, do you have that or no?
I don't have anything. You have to legal stuff.
If the proofs of publication are an issue, which they should be, then any action you take should be contingent upon verification of accuracy and compliance. And you can do that.
With that part being said, I don't have anything. I mean, essentially, like Luke said, I mean, we're taking the same plat and, drawing a line down the center and eliminating a number, so there's no, I mean, it's pretty simple, cut and dry.
Yeah, it's in here from Northwest Indiana Times, but I'd still prefer.
Yeah, for sure, that'll have to be in the motion. She has it in the folder.
So legals are okay, or?
No,
Except for the mix.
they're subject to verification, John, and I will do that when I get the town's file. You can make it a condition of approval, however.
Okay, that we will do. And then do you want me to call for remonstrators,
Please.
correct? May I have a seat for a second, please? Do we have any remonstrators for or against? Any remonstrators for or against? Last call? Seeing none, remonstration is closed. Step back up, please. Yeah, I agree pretty much with Tim and that, and we discussed this stuff, at the work session and that, so I think it's pretty much cut and dry except for the legal part. So, do we have any other discussion?
No, sir.
It's going on lot one of the two lots, right?
Correct, yes, that is the southernmore lot.
If there's no further discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Excuse me, John,
Yes,
do we have something in writing from Seabell?
Yes, there's a letter from Seabell referencing this. One dated December 2nd. Luke Herring.
That's the only letter, yes.
That's most recent?
The
That
December
should be
2nd,
referenced
yes.
also.
yep, whenever you're ready.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion, we approve the petitioner's request for preliminary plat approval with the contingency of the legals being in order and verification of public notification mailings, and to reference the 4 pages from 12/2/25 from Christopher Burke Engineering.
I have a motion by Mr. Wilkening. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Becker. No further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swett?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Number 2, Dynasty Home Builders LLC, petitioner Jack Rhodes and Steve Hardy, 200 West Glen Park Avenue, Griffith, Indiana, 46319. Owner, Dynasty Real Estate, 200 West Glen Park Avenue, Griffith, Indiana. Vicinity of 14445 Moore Street, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is requesting approval to divide one existing apartment into 2 separate units on a B1 zoned property. Do we have to have legals on this?
No.
No? Okay.
Good
Name and
evening.
address, please.
Good evening, gentlemen. Jake Rhodes, Dynasty Home Buyers, 200 West Glen Park Avenue, Griffith, Indiana.
And just run the pass.
You ready to go? All right.
Yeah.
Back before you for the 3rd time. I was here initially to get approval for the exterior of this building at 14455 Morse, that I think you all are aware of. We got the approval for the exterior. We've already completed the roof over there, so we're moving right along as far as that goes. The second issue was the work session earlier this month to try to get the upstairs unit divided into 2 residential apartments. At that time, there was a concern about the decking area sticking out too far. I don't think that that's going to be an issue with the site plan that we've got there. It doesn't even go beyond the storage garage that's next to it there. It's going to be a total of 6 feet off the back of the building, so I think we're going to be okay there. The second question was regarding the gravel drive behind the building, right where that number 24 is there off of 145th. It's an existing gravel surface right now. There was a question about asphalt at that point. If we can do gravel, great. If you guys require us to do asphalt, we'd be happy to make that adjustment as well. As far as that goes, I think that covers maybe the 2 main areas of concern, and we're seeking approval to go ahead and begin work on the interior.
Are you going to be able to split it up?
Yes.
Oh, you're going to be able, okay.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be residential tenant parking in the front of the building and in the back of the building?
Yeah, so, on that further south right there, you can see the cutout right by number 24 and 25 to the left there. That's actually a 2-car attached garage. right there, so 2 residential spots can be there, right, exactly where the mouse is. And then there can also be 2 cars that would park inside the garage. And then, we would like to have an additional pad, if you all would approve that, towards the back of the building, on the right side where you see the blue 24 down there, to the east.
So that garage is gonna be for the residential tenants, it's not gonna be included with the retail space?
Yeah, we're gonna use it for the residential.
Are you planning on doing retail space downstairs?
There is a small retail area downstairs as well, that is completely blocked off from the garage area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have a retail component to this at some point too?
At some point, we'll come before you for that. We don't have any, a tenant identified at this point. We're gonna, clean it all up, do a white box, just a nice, nice space there that potentially somebody can move into. It's, I think it's around, 1,000 square feet or so down there.
Are both units sharing the garage?
Yes, that would be the idea, that each unit would get 1 space in there.
Is it 1 garage door, or is it 2 separate?
It is 1 garage door, yeah.
You've got 7 lots there?
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah, I was a little confused, when we saw that, yeah, so technically, I guess those are 7.
25 by 100.
Yeah.
Very small.
That's what I thought.
Very small lots. The way we have it drawn up, though, there's gonna be 12 parking spots available as well, not counting the 2 for the residential there on the south side.
So just for clarity, the metal building, is that gonna be included with the retail space, or are you gonna try to squeeze 2 businesses in there at some point?
There's no, running water or anything in there. It could potentially be used as storage or something like that. We haven't identified yet.
Well, you'll come in for that.
Of
You'll
course.
come in for that?
Yeah.
Right now, all we're talking about is splitting the upstairs and approving the parking for the tenants in the front. and
Yes,
the
sir.
rear, and the garage.
Yes.
You had said you wanted to add concrete to the south side of that garage and 144th?
It would be, yeah, kind of the southeast corner down there where the mouse is.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So it's currently a gravel situation. If we could do gravel, that's obviously more cost effective, and that's what's existing right there. We'd obviously clean it up and make it look nice. One of the questions last time I was here was, does it need to be asphalt? If it, I defer to you all. We wanna make you happy.
Well, I think it needs to be asphalt, but I was asking, you mentioned adding a pad. Where was that at?
I might have said pad. I meant
Okay.
just right there.
Okay.
That's what I meant,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Tim, you're good with his drawing? Everything looks like it's gonna work
Yeah,
out?
everything is fine. I
Okay.
never did get a chance to check on the 2 entrance and exits for each apartment, but we'll do that at the time of
Okay.
the review.
And obviously, this is gonna have firewalls and everything upstairs.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I did look and it said that they needed 2.5 parking spaces per unit, which they're gonna have with that extra space, and then, it did show that a 3-unit building would need a state release, but I don't know if we count the bottom as a unit and the 2 residential units. That was in the residential building, so, with this permit application, we'll get all that sorted out. But that would tell us one way or the other about the entrance and exit.
You're gonna rehab this entire building, it's gonna look like a different building when you're done.
Oh, yeah. We're putting probably north of 200,000 into it.
It's kind of an eyesore,
You're
right?
gonna
It
get-
has been, and that's why I thought you guys would be excited.
Some of us aren't gonna know where to turn, though. We're gonna get lost in the dark
Yeah, that's
without
good.
having
The
that.
Tasty Tops diagonal, everybody
No,
knows where that
you
is,
turn
right?
where the paint's the building.
In reference to the egress, Mr. Kubiak, I know we did talk about that. Indiana Residential Code R 311.2 discusses that, and it says not less than 1 egress door shall be provided for each dwelling unit. And we have windows in there. Obviously, we're on the 2nd floor.
So, right.
I only have 1 entrance and exit on my 2nd floor at my house. I don't know,
No, and I think so too. I mean, I got about 10 minutes to start looking, and that was about all I
Yeah.
had. So I seen your email to Monica about it, and I didn't get a chance to do it before now, but I'm certain that's probably true, though. I mean, I think that, as long as there's an egress window in the bedrooms, along with the
And there-
exit.
there are, yeah.
I think that's good.
Luke, do you have any comments?
No, I don't have anything.
Where's the entrance to these? Are they on the east side of the building?
To the apartment units?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's actually, the one that goes to the far north unit is, right where that red car is sitting.
Okay.
There's an entrance, and you walk in the door and you go straight up the stairs.
Okay, so that one's that's for unit one.
That probably was the original staircase going up there.
Yeah, we talked about that one last
Yeah,
time.
so you'd walk in this door and just go straight up the stairs there.
Okay.
That one's on the west side of,
From the unit.
that one's on the west side of the building, right?
Yes,
Yes.
on the west
Going
side.
up-
the original staircase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what about the other one? They go around the back
And
side?
then the other one, yeah, we're gonna have a staircase, on the back side there by the number 24, kind of by the parking pad. Or
That'll be on the east side.
On the east side, yes, sir.
Is there a door on the back side of that garage for that tenant?
There
Walk
is a
through?
door on the far south side to come out right there, so you can park in the garage, and then there's a man door right there
Okay,
that you could just walk right around the corner
Okay.
and go up.
thank you.
Any other discussion?
No, sir.
If not, then I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to grant the petitioner's request to divide one existing apartment into two separate units on a B1 zone property, with blacktop in the southeast corner, covering the existing gravel parking space, and providing compliance for egress is met.
What about the gravel drive?
That's what I said, southeast corner, the old gravel drive. Gravel parking, yep, blacktop.
Okay.
Blacktop or concrete could be either one, right?
Either one, yeah, either one,
Okay.
either one.
Okay, I got a, motion by Mr. Wilkeny, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Swick. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkeny?
Yes.
Mr. Pecora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Thank you, sir.
Perfect, thank you for your time. You'll have a new place to look forward to turn next time, all right?
Time to start going that way.
Before you guys move on, I just want, this is from the cell tower people.
All right.
Beautiful. Hurry up, keep dropping calls. Keep dropping calls, can you hurry up?
Share.
If you guys look at this, to see the red there, the girl took this back to their thing, and, the tower people don't want to pave the road all the way out to Morse, because they said that it's a gravel path now, and they don't feel they should have to pave it, and then they also don't want to concrete the entire area, which they said they were going to. You know, she said it shouldn't be a problem because of getting the pipes to the tower, you see the two red squares. I told her I would run that by you guys tonight just to get your feel on it. I didn't know if you wanted to come back and ask for a waiver or...
She stood here and upped the ante for the blacktop.
Agreed.
So we're renegotiating after the fact? I think my problem is probably the same as yours. Gravel, you have to do weed control, and we got a well site over there.
Right, a couple pieces of conduit, seems like it would make it easy to get the wire, get what you needed to get from the tower to the corners or something, but I don't know if you want her to come back and I didn't know what to tell her. I said you agreed to this as part of your approval, so I don't, you know what I mean, to make a change would have to come from you guys, and I just said since the meeting was tonight,
She probably come
I
back.
asked her to send me
Probably should come back to the work session.
okay, I'd asked her to send me something.
I don't
with
think
the
it ought to be
proposed-
changed.
This is what she sent, so I figured
Okay,
I'd at least let you look at it and get what you guys would like to see. And
thank
then
you for the heads up.
we'll have her come back to the work session and hash it out or whatever they'd like to do there. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, letters of credit. Number one, Beacon Point Unit 6 Performance Letter of Credit in the amount of $133,733.95 to expire on January 27th, 2026. What do we know on this?
I don't know if the renewal came through, but I know Schilling was planning on renewing this one for 6 months, I believe. I don't know if that actually got to the town yet or not, though.
Beacon Point Unit 6?
Yeah, Mr. Slater sent the email on both of these, and they were intending on having the renewals here before they expired. Once Jack sent, right, he sent it to you and me both.
Well, they still got a little time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did send, he's seen on the agenda, he sent the email to Ben and I both that said, they plan on asking for an extension for both of them.
okay.
And they would have them here in a timely fashion.
All right, let me read number two on this. Beacon Point Unit 7 Performance Letter of Credit in the amount of $309,673.13 to expire on January 27th, 2026. So, per email from Schilling, both of these will request an extension on the letter of credit renewal. Okay, we'll wait and see if we meet on the 21st.
7th. January 7th.
Yeah, but that's a work.
Right.
We've got a public
You
meeting
did?
and a work session in between now and then, don't we?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the 7th and the 21st.
If we don't see them on the work session, then I'm sure we won't have to pull.
I'm sure we won't either, but,
He said that they would have they were planning on getting a 6-month extension on these prior to your January 7th, 2026 meeting.
Okay.
That'd be great.
So,
We got it by then, we'll get no sweat.
so you should have them here in plenty of time.
okay, sounds good. Okay, public comment.
I had some.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Dave, I had a question, a protocol question. Mr. Viss was in here regarding that B3 property. That hadn't been at the work session. So when it comes to the work session, should there be public notice for this, for the meeting? I mean, should it be?
Not commonly. If you changed your rules to require that, you could, in fact, require public hearing notice, or public meeting notice is what it would be, actually.
It's just a site plan, it's not a public hearing.
So it's not required.
So, and the reason, I guess, with the existing buildings, existing properties, existing buildings are coming in for a site plan waiver, so you guys know what's going in there. All of them kind of fall into that category, whether, I mean, this is textbook, what should happen is what happened today. If you guys see stuff that you want to see, it goes to the next work session, goes through that process, but staff doesn't have any way of determining this prior to, and we don't want to start them going down the road of coming up with screening and whatever, and then you guys come in and say, well, what about this and what about that? So,
Well, I mean, coming in for a concept at a work session is fantastic.
right, but we
But-
eliminated the concepts because the people that are coming in for these existing buildings, like last month, you guys did 5 of them. They came in, one meeting, they said what they were doing, you guys waived the site plan, they went for the medical office, for the give and gather, for those with one thing, and kind of went through easily. So when we were doing it before, they were coming to a work session and then coming to that, and it just, everybody kind of said, do they really need to come to a work session for
We
these?
got this one tangled up. Are you talking about the Stanger property?
I am.
No, I'm just talking about in general, like, I feel like this was perfect. If it's not a waiver, I mean, which it clearly, you guys decided this wasn't a site plan waiver, so you directed him to come to the work session and work it out, which is perfect. But we can't make that decision prior to. If you guys decide this is a waiver, you guys would have gave him his waiver tonight and he would have moved on down the road. I mean, so, I don't know how much.
So, but this
to me,
property being rezoned in totality and redrawn, doesn't that put it in required compliance with Chapter 17 in total?
It sure seems that way.
Okay.
That's what I would think, but what put them on the radar, Tim, is they were using basically a commercial,
Yeah, I get
using
it.
the residential area, commercial, and then the outside storage, the residential has to look at all that nonsense.
I understand 100%.
And all that
To
stuff
me
is
now,
still
though,
local.
you as the plan commission made that decision, nobody else did. So they're gonna come back to the work session and I think that went as well as it possibly could have. I mean, they came in, you guys identified what you wanna see now or start to see at the work session and they're coming back. So I don't know.
So, but
I mean, if you
my,
wanted us to try to predetermine that before they come the first time, I feel that.
well, my question to Dave is, it's more than what Mr. Viss wrote down. It's a total, I mean, it's total compliance, so they're gonna have to ask for particular waivers if they're I mean, that's what I think that's what they're gonna have to do.
Well, again, I guess to me, you guys are looking at the existing site for the existing uses proposed. So it doesn't mean anything forever. I mean, it's
Right.
until the next business wants to go in there. And if you guys determine that you wanna see 3 separate applications for this 3-unit building or whatever
Well,
it is.
I mean,
I mean,
ultimately, we're not gonna know, and you're not gonna know. There could be people living in there during the week and going home on the weekends. We're not gonna know exactly what's going on
You don't
there.
even know if it's a 3-unit building.
Yeah, there's a lot we don't know. I'm saying, though, that these existing properties that are relabeled, I mean, we have to waive sidewalks and infrastructure and I mean, all these things are gonna have to be waived because that's part of the criteria of a B3.
but you're not doing an official new site plan, you're doing existing property, so.
But
I
it
guess-
is, Tim, it is new if in fact there's a new use. There is a component of,
Yeah, and again, like
That.
I said, I mean, yeah, okay. I don't
My understanding of
I don't
B3 zoning
understand the
is
difference between the Singer Son property and this property. I get a little bit of difference, but I see different things happening and different angles taken, and if it's been occupied, and, I mean, if you guys want everybody to come to a work session prior to, every time you want people to come to a work session for a new site plan, I mean, you guys you guys are in charge, so.
You know, if I could say something real
I
quick,
guess-
I think Tim is 100% correct on it happened perfect today, because of the fact that they came here for a waiver, they did not get it, you guys made the decision what you wanna see. You know, however, the outside storage, you know, right there alone, you know, last year, there were 2 boats there. Those have been gone, they weren't stored there this year, but skid steers there all the time, coming and going, trailers, the new gravel today. The gravel was piled up after they drove through the yard again to get to the residential street. So all of that stuff, to me, outside storage was never approved, needs to be approved site plan, screening between residential, so we know for sure they won't be accessing them.
Right, you're right, and the screening is not the only thing that's required of a B3 property, which is back to my, back to my question. There's gonna have to be, they're not gonna wanna redo all the lighting. They're not gonna wanna
Right,
blacktop
which-
there. I'm speculating, of course.
Which anytime, and I know we've seen it in the past, anytime there's a business next to a residential, waivers are taken into consideration because you don't want to light it up like a Christmas tree
Yeah.
next to a house.
Right, right.
So I get that, but I have to agree with Tim for sure, the process worked.
Yeah.
Today, I think, perfect.
I agree
My
with
view,
Tim.
it is different though, because the former use pre-existed the town incorporation.
Yes.
It was a residence and he ran his business. It never got an approval for anything because it was there before the town was established. Now, all that's changed. It's a rental dwelling with 3 other rental dwellings.
Now with the screening, when Mr. Connolly was here, I seen the proposed fence. So what I wonder is the fact that, yes, there is a house on the corner, however, that house is also zone B3. So I can see, their side of it, do we need to go and fence around that house? Because technically, yes, it's a residential house, but it's still zone B3.
I got a question. How many sewer taps does it have?
I don't know.
Imagine one, I don't think there's, I do not believe there's anything but storage in the back buildings, there's no.
If they're gonna have 3 different businesses, are they gonna have to have,
3 different occupancies,
right,
3 different fire inspections.
3 different, just like
I don't believe there's any, I
the
don't
Jets
think,
Pizza?
I think this is cold storage, there's no,
Okay.
Yeah.
there's no facilities or no anything in the building, but that's something to find out also, I mean.
Well, hang on, cold storage would imply there's no electricity, and we know that's not the case, right?
There's heavy electric in there.
Yeah, there's heavy electric, yeah. I know what you mean,
No plumbing.
yeah. I don't recall. But chapter 17 is 3 pages long. These people who come in and do this, they're given that, right? I mean, they know what that is?
Jerry, I'm still picking up a bunch of pieces in the dustpan with what happened over the past 8 months or year. I have no idea what anybody's been given or not given, or I'm trying to take a bunch of stuff and make it go through here, so I would assume that there was something. But I truly, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that they, and I think we're doing the best we can with what we've been given, and we're trying to interpret chapter 17, and to me, regardless of who is trying to get this going in a direction, like, I feel like this coming here, since there's a building existing, there's a house existing, they needed a special use to do the residential, what they came for, and you guys are making that decision of what needs to be done now in the next step. So if you decided to, hey, this is great, we're gonna waive the site plan, you could've did that tonight. If not, they're coming back next month and going
Yeah.
down the right path.
Yeah.
And if they come to the next work session and there's not an agreement as of yet, then they won't be on the public meeting for that month. They'll come to the next work session and they'll finish hashing it out, and it'll go down the path. So
And I agree with you, this was a good approach, but, those things in chapter 17, a drawing that's, of a certain size.
We've been through this from eternity, and existing buildings have been treated a little bit differently than a new building, so if that's where everybody wants to go, I mean, and it all depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Some of them have a perfect, some of them you look at an aerial view of it and it has a perfect parking lot with a handicap spot and a entrance, and some of them not so much.
And this is one of those.
Yeah, so I mean.
This is one of those.
But then there's some in the middle, so who makes that decision?
Well, that's why I want Luke,
You guys.
that's why I want Luke to look at the property and look it over and say, hey, this is not gonna be particularly critical.
Like I said, I agree with all of your guys' concerns, but I also agree that this was step one.
Yeah,
And it's moving
I
along.
totally concur. Okay,
So, I
that's
mean,
all I had.
Public comments, anybody from public comment? Public comment? Last call.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, see you next year, we're adjourned.